Hello there everyone and welcome back. It's time to continue on with the boarding theme type of fleets, and while I'm not going to be playing with the Space Marines this time around, let's go with something that's probably a little more complicated and definitely one that I had a lot of fun trying to experiment with ever since the release of Armada 2. For this is basically at least the current iteration of the Strangled Tentacle type of fleet with all the, pretty much everything at least originally had nothing but strangled tentacles on them. Even before they were kind of buffed up, I was trying to utilize these things to see how practical they are. And recently, the latest buff that they got is now that they can mark a target for 45 seconds, which is kind of convenient for my frigates, since at least that way, I can withhold using the scanner pulses if I'm lucky enough to grab them, and then just save that for my rush ability for when I need to preserve my frigates. I think that's the plan at least. And hell, these boarding type of cruisers have been surprisingly effective. Never mind the fact they're slightly cheaper than the battlecruiser variant I would have to stick with. It's also more boarding, which is mainly the reason why I'm utilizing the boarding torpedoes as opposed to tentacles. Although, still remains to be seen how effective this will be for anything that's mobile or can jump out of the way, but it is quite a notable amount of boarding damage, and I'm excited to maybe get some more victories with it. Only one way to find out. Alright, Space Marines, this is going to be interesting. Let's see. In theory, Tyranids should be really good against Space Marines, at least the boarding damage that they can do. The awkward thing is going to be the fact that they have the Disruption Overcharge, which can permanently keep my shields down. Especially if my opponent is utilizing like the lance-based type of cruiser fleet. And even then, just the lance-based cruiser fleet is going to be annoying for these Krakens. And since it's been so long since I tried utilizing this fleet, I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to mess up horribly on this control. So that's going to make it all the more enjoyable to watch, isn't it? Either way, I only got one objective here, so maybe I should have both these drones just grab this one point for me. And then everything else will separate, segment, and try to make good use out of them. Hopefully. And I was wondering if I had all my units selected. I knew there was something off because I know I had something with the hive ship, and it was apparently just another Kraken. I got a lot of scanner potential for at least the gas clouds, and again, if I can hit them with the tentacles, either form of the tentacles, they are going to be marked. I just got to plan for how exactly I'm going to hit them with the torpedoes. I'm assuming again that these are like the strike cruiser type of fleet. And I don't think I want these ships here, or at least I don't want them touching the objective, because that kind of gives away where they're at after all. And another thing to note, if it is the 6 cruiser fleet, if they have any fighter bays, there are no frigates for me to worry about, so map control should seriously be in my advantage if I position myself properly. Also, we're wondering if my opponent went AFK. I'm going to assume not, because I was the one waiting in the queue for a moment or so. Either way, countdown is about to start. It is the 6th cruiser fleet from what I could tell. It is looking that way. And let's see, I'm going to have to pay attention to where that beacon's going. Because again, the most important thing is not to get a reveal carelessly. It helps if I have my units selected properly though. Alright, the drones are group 5, okay.
The enemy has seized
Step number 2, watch
area.
for possible fighters. Which I should be okay in theory. Actually, let's turn off the broadside weaponry, because this match is probably not going to be decided by my ability to shoot them down to death. I'm relying exclusively on my strangled tentacles after all. I'm a little bit worried to boost because I don't know if that bug is still in play, which makes an audible cue to my rushes or not. And maybe if there is a frigate, my 3 cruisers could be able to reveal them for me. Everything's gonna dodge this decently, unless it stops and deploys. That might be the exception to that rule. And another thing I'm gonna have to keep in mind, since beacons are in play, I can use my frigates kind of as sacrifice to pick up the beacon and just move it away from the rest of the fleet.
You have seized a strategic area.
So let's see. I am a bit wedged in the corner, but that's not terrible yet. And I found out, of course, that it seems like, anyway, my rushes are silent. And I was late. Okay, that explains that. So no fighter bays. I'm gonna assume, just due to how the points line up. Now, tracking censuses is try and reveal these things, because my opponent could be aware of what's going on here. Now, getting closer.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
And I do have chameleonic skin, so I'm not too perturbed just yet. I'm just only going to get 5 boring actions is the big thing. So that engine's about to die there. I don't think I got the boring damage I would like, but they have hull regeneration, so that's a benefit. Oh, that's unfortunate. That got revealed there, but on the plus side, they now have to go after us if they want to kill it so badly. Which can work well here if I do this properly. Now, what's the one I crippled? Oh, that was the wrong ability for one. Yes, flee! Flee! I'll just take your objectives behind you in that case. Because I do have health regeneration. And you, I would love to kind of tag. Get these hit in, although I did a terrible job hiding these, but I do have everything's scanner pulse right now, is it? Nope. Everything's hit in, just use the spore field and chameleonic skin to conceal myself right now. I think so anyway. Oh, the beacon's also hindering me some, slightly. So most of the fleet's hit in, but most of it, but that's going to change once I turn into the beacon. Let's keep that in mind. This is an awkward position I put myself in after all. Alright. Can I board here properly? Nope. Not quite. A little excessive, I won't lie. But hopefully that got what I want, which is benefiting from getting the boring damage I want, I think. It's too much of a clump right now to my liking. And you, I kind of want to... Let's see. Well, I can't hide my ships anymore the best, but... I do have boring torpedoes. Get these out of the way. Stasis bomb. Actually... Actually, yeah, most of these ships can get concealed pretty well. Let me just board. And that actually timed out perfectly there in that regard. And I was hoping to board that, but I think we get the best of both worlds either way. Again, I messed up on my control, but you lost your crew. Simply put, what I more want to do is just eat the hull. And your engines are temporarily damaged. They're permanently damaged. I take that back. So kill off the crew, please. I saw something was able to board. I just didn't know what it was. Oh, and you killed off the crew there. I've been doing a terrible job, I just realized. I have the ability to replenish my crew after all. And again, I've been doing badly on that front. But I think we're doing okay still here. I just gotta prioritize my ships correctly. Which means we're going after you. That crew is pretty much dead. Self-destruction is not a big deal, because the Krakens honestly are what suffer the most there. And I do have Foil Lurker, and I gotta stop ramming this ship. That's the important thing. Because my flagship is my lifeblood here right now. So getting that killed is not a good thing. And I think we'll get you back in the action. There. Now let's finish off our one friend here. Sadly, you are about to die. That's going to be a bit of annoyance. Actually, let's see. Did fire torpedoes? Oh, those are terrible torpedo arcs. I got a little bit too excited. Okay, I regenerate the crew. That's the important thing to note here. I just regenerate the crew on the flagship. So again, I'm a little bit rusty, needless to say, but we got drifting hulks. It's only the flagship that conveniently is trapped in my web. So let's get everything in here. Be, of course, mindful of another self-destruction. Because I did get hit by a couple of those already. Otherwise, let the shields do their work. And so far, yeah, they only have one objective because I neutralized one, so I'm in good shape here. Really awkward, mishandled it a tiny bit as a result, but that crew is actually dead right now. I saw 6 boarding assaults and didn't realize, was wondering if that was enough to kill the crew. We're golden. Nobody panic. Although there's the self-destruction I was talking about. Although they're ramming each other too, that's not helping either. All that's left is to grab objectives and, that's another thing. I thought I told this to Rush and it did not cancel the burn retros, so that's why it was just sitting there. That is game though. Bit of a weird one. Again, it can be really damn good matchup for Tyranids just because, again, instead of called arms, if I'm willing to use my command cooldown on this, I just immediately regenerate all my crew. Which, sadly, I only used on the flagship, but at the same time, it was also the most impactful. I had only, 2 troops left before losing a third of my, or at least was in the light casualty step. So I couldn't ask for any better, really. Still, I have to criticize myself, that was a bit sloppy. Still fun, though. Alright, Orcs versus Tyranids. They have the Mega Cans, so I cannot underestimate them for a moment. But at the same time, I have Krakens, which are kind of amazing, at least to a limited extent against the Mega Cans. Just not so much to the boarding damage that Carcer could throw at them. So this is going to be a little bit tricky, and I remember my last ordeal against orcs, trying to dance around them and just grab objectives and harass them with long-range torpedoes and whatever free boarding damage I could do. I am not looking forward to that experience again, because that was brutal, it felt like. But it is what it is, so let's try and make this a narrow win there. In theory, my Krakens can be amazing at killing off their frigates, and once the sheer amount of frigates they have are dead, that makes my life a lot easier. Especially now that I can potentially mark them. And another thing to note, if all 3 of these Krakens can, tangle, get the full 12 seconds of these feeder tentacles, that is enough to kill the crew of a frigate on their own. So they're surprisingly effective at that role. I want to believe anyway. The trick, of course, is tagging them for 12 seconds and making sure these Krakens don't get themselves killed. So I seriously wonder how I want to do this. Because I think actually I want to keep my flagship and cruisers hanging back for a bit. And I gotta remember I can safely go through these asteroid belts too. That's another thing that I'm kind of neglecting. And let the frigates try and soften them up, I think is what I want to do. Oh. Okay, this is going to make it even more interesting, but I do have fighters. This may have been a terrible idea. And I think it's a terrible idea mainly because of I should have done it on the other side, since most of my frigates are on the left anyway. And I haven't even moved these guys yet too, so it's a bit of a shame. I could take my time. What I want to do, I need to be careful of cursors paying attention for the spore field, because that is visible. So I'm going to wait till the minute mark to drop my first one. At least start using that to give me more concealment areas. At the same time, it could benefit cursor due to the commando trait. No audio on the rush, that's important to note. Where it's a bug or not, I could not tell you. But I did give away where 3 of my cruisers were. And that is kind of my blind spot at the moment. And I have no problem letting the drones grab these points. Well, you're kind of ruining suspense there, Cursor. Which actually works out well for me. Again, my Krakens are pretty well equipped to deal with frigates. Maybe not 4 of them at once, but I can use them for said role. If I'm willing to do that. Now I just gotta be careful of when my fighters get recalled back, since there's still a blind spot possibility over there, which the drone should help alleviate in spotting a little bit. Now I am gonna try and scanner pulse up. Should I scanner pulse? I have the AC armor. I can kind of take their hits pretty damn well. But this is definitely not a matchup I was expecting. In all honesty, I shouldn't even bother scanner pulsing. Sure, they get the objective, but I am gonna try and kill off these frigates anyway. Okay, you spot me. What are you going to do about Cursor? Although, they are probably going to try and boost away, truth be told. Can I at least get to 6? I think I got 5, which may be enough. Which may definitely be enough. Although I'm doing a terrible job again controlling this. Drones are grabbing points. Drifting Hulk there is on all sorts of fire. Now we'll start sending the next squad. And that terrified me because it looked like a Nova Cannon. This will definitely be a fun match regardless, but again, fighters, they're being recalled. Have they been recalled? Or no? They are going to give away my position, so that's always the scare here. But maybe I can rest easy knowing they're not around. Gotta keep the flagship safe at all times. Hi there, fellas. Let me grab this point first.
You have seized a strategic
There's probably more here, let's not kid ourselves, but... And also, kill off more of your crew. You are forbidden to have this point. Gotta keep in mind that the ships are probably surviving, because... I don't... Yeah, that's enough to kill off the crew. And I think I scanner pulsed... Yeah, I think I actually scanner pulsed them as well, so that's kind of convenient. I don't know what else to say to this. But we killed off 2 frigates. They are practically going to burn themselves to death. I like to think, anyway. I don't know how much of an issue or how much I'm exploiting the fact that my Russia seems silent, though. So you just hang back, let your tentacles grab up again. Oh yeah, and since they're scanner pulse, they're completely visible as well, but... I don't know what to do. So much time has elapsed and I wasn't concentrating enough to really get a read. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Alright, oh, I did scanner pulse, so... Let's not get too complacent. And they're fighter based too, let's keep that in mind. So are these...
The enemy has seized
Oh, they're just regular
strategic
cruisers,
area.
okay. Now, I want to steal... Yeah, I just want to kill off the crew there. I don't even need to engage right now. Since now I know where everything is kind of at the moment. Although, I wish I had done a better job here, because this Kraken could have survived if I'd done this properly. Although this is kind of spot, but at the same time, the mega cannons are not too terrifying yet. I just gotta be willing to dodge them. Okay, that was a scanner pulse. That was kind of not what I want, but... And we have torpedoes. And I forgot about you. I was going to activate... Oh. Yeah, this is about to die. Terrible job controlling this, alas, but... Mega cannons are going to hurt, but... I can boost out easily enough. Nope, apparently not. Not the best, anyway.
The enemy has accumulated 25%.
Yeah, what I should have been trying to do is be a little more diligent, kind of like flanking with my dang Krakens. Since face them head-on is probably not the best idea. Actually, let's deal with our frigates. We still have that going for us some. Even though I horribly misused my Krakens a bit. Yeah, because we can actually kill this frigate right now, and that will help. Did not get the flagship, so that's always a plus. Let's see, that frigate's about to get murdered, so that's pretty good. Now, fire assaults, sadly, I think are going to kill this thing off. Never mind the fighters, too. Since they actually do damage over time, after all, the fighters. So we can't underestimate them. Now, I gotta get these cruisers a little more spread out.
You have accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Now, they're sadly been revealed. You can do some noteworthy damage here, but I just recharged their, or I just recharged their boarding torp. Alright, so this is going to be a little inconvenient for a moment. Because now, I didn't quite do the damage to make this a victory.
50% of strategic points.
And now, all I have left is the flagship, so this is going to suck. Now, let's get ready to get the hell out of here in a moment, because, yeah, Carcer's taking the bait. Now let's just get ready to board. Oh, of course, yeah, the deck got destroyed at a bad time. I kind of forgot about that dang rule. Never mind the fact. I do have fast recharge, though. That was bad use of my torpedoes there. But let's see, can we get more boarding in? Now,
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
sadly, no way to hide this thing. And that's about to die. Now, continue to slow these things down. I do have the... Now, I'm too far away. But I can fix that in a moment. So we got a Drifting Hulk there. No, stop doing that. I want to board torpedoes, but you're not giving it to me. Sadly. And you're burning retros right now, which is a little cumbersome. Flagship is still alive, though. And I never did prioritize the component I want, so... Can we do the damage necessary? Alright, so where was I there? We got Drifting Hulks. This thing actually has debris in its way. So...
75%
Is it? No, it's no longer in the way there. Alas. But we can at least kill off these ships here. And sadly, I am going to lose duty objective. It is looking like that. That's not entirely true. I could probably just evade and grab these points. Because that ship's dealt with. I'm kind of well out of range of the cruisers. So now let's just neutralize points then.
You have seized a strategic area.
Sadly, deck is completely destroyed though. Gonna have to be extra cautious of that fact. Actually, can I board that now? I have a lot to offer as far as like... Well, actually, I was gonna say maybe my hook tentacles can do something, but not enough time. Yeah, I'm just gonna conceal yourself there, I think. Alright. Just quickly grab the points here. At least neutralize them, I think is what I want to do. And you are pretty much hitting. And I need this... Yeah, with my brain destroyed, I can't actually micro warp jump, so I'm gonna have to be careful on how I do this. Because all of them could easily be hitting right now. I'll take the shield hits. I should have done a flank. Truth be told, I should have done a sprinted sideways. But this could still work in my advantage some. If I can get out of the range.
You have seized a strategic area.
So that crew is pretty screwed there. And let's prioritize weapons, because that might be what I'm going to worry most about here. This is a bit of an interesting match. Although we got to be careful about being spotted. Let's not kid ourselves. Because I'm very confident that crew's about to die, or at least going to be so damn crippled it doesn't matter. Something's happened, that's all I could tell ya. I'm really scared about pushing forward like this, because who knows how many cruisers are still left unaccounted for. But yeah, you're a drifting Hulk. We kind of knew that. And I've conveniently been revealed as well. Even though I want to reveal this ship too. And that should just die because of the battle cruiser. Alright, this ship is dead, if I can get the full 6 seconds in. I'm going to take hits, but again, I have a ridiculous shield to help with that. So I don't think I'm worried too much.
You have seized a strategic area.
And I have all 5... Okay. Thankfully, Carcer forgot to turn off their weaponry. So I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going now, at least. That was bad torpedo shot, I believe. That's not terrible if I can get the rush in. Tracked can, let's not forget about that. And that will kind of seal the deal, maybe. Do I have time for anything?
You have accumulated
I could in theory still be able to rush in time. But this might be over if this thing dies. Well, actually, he'll still be able to get away. I just gotta watch for a
The enemy has
boost.
seized a strategic area.
Alright, I should have launched those sooner, because after all, there are fighters coming after this thing, so... That was not as helpful as it could have been. My shield could recharge, though. Speaking of charges, do I need to charge up anything? Not really. Just gotta make sure this thing does not die to Mega Cannons the best. It's a bit of a showdown here right now. Just a wee little bit.
The enemy is close to victory by strategic points.
Ah, my crew's about to die too. I just realized that. Oh, because I did it to myself, that's why. Stupid me. Alright. Alright, you want to come after me? Then come after me.
You are close to victory by strategic points.
Although, let me get these fighters out of the way so maybe this thing could survive.
The enemy has seized.
There's the burn
strategic
retros
area.
happening again. To my disliking. Now, 6 seconds. Just barely. Just barely, sadly. All I had to do was keep that thing hidden. I was trying to be greedy, thinking maybe those were the last 2 ships. A shame. And I messed up horribly by letting the frigates get killed off too quite a bit. But hopefully that's the match you wanted. Hopefully.